Hey y'all, welcome back to the Skookum Report. I'm Bob, and I have a Bigfoot encounter for y'all this evening from my neck of the woods in Sussex County, Delaware. And I was looking at some reports from around my area here, and there's only been a handful of them throughout the years. And all I can think that is, if there are some Bigfoot around the Delmarva Peninsula, they have to be like in very small packs and probably would have come down into the peninsula from Pennsylvania or something like that. That's the only thing I can think. If you guys have any thoughts on that, put it in the comments and let me hear your thoughts on that. Delaware is not necessarily the state that comes to mind when you think Bigfoot. But there have been a handful of reports, and this is one of them that I hadn't seen before, and it's pretty interesting. Now, this was Sussex County, Delaware, on Route 24 near Lewes, in the Angola area. And those of you that live around here will know exactly what I'm talking about. This gentleman said that in 98 or 99, I can't remember exactly because it's been so long ago, my brother and a friend were meeting up with me and another friend at home. When they came into the house, they were both filled with fear with what they had just seen. Now, it was wintertime, and it was also late in the evening, and it was raining gently outside, I remember. And they were driving down Route 24 near the Angola light when something ran across the road on all fours. And then when it got across the road to the field, they both said that it stood up, and they could see that it had red eyes. Now, not too long ago, I had just started watching this show called Finding Bigfoot, and it reminded me of this memory, and I called my brother to get the details and see if I was remembering everything correctly. And the investigator that followed up on this report spoke with the brother that submitted it, and he said that while he was not the actual witness, he did see the resulting fear and anxiety in his brother and knew that he definitely wasn't lying. And he put me in contact willingly with his brother, the original witness, and the following is his verbatim testimony. He said, me and a friend were driving home late one night, around midnight, down Route 24, when we were driving to a community where I live, very close to the Angola area. When driving down Route 24, there are very thick woods on either side, making it really dark and dangerous for hitting deer. So we were driving slower than normal, as most people do around here. I mean, people hit deer around here every day, and they can do considerable amounts of damage. And there's a clearing with fields on both sides of the road right when you take a left to go to Angola, and then you would take a right to go to my house, down only 100 yards or so. Now, right as we were coming out of the woods, we see something come into the middle of the road, and we were approximately 40 to 50 yards away from it. We couldn't make out what it was. However, the head turned towards us, and we could see that it had bright red eyes. Then it ran off on 4 legs, and the size of it was twice the size of the average deer you would see around here. And it ran to the other side of the street, and once we got to the area where it had crossed, we stopped the car and looked to our left, and we saw this huge, big, tall silhouette of a person standing still for about 15 seconds just staring in our direction. We were going to get out of the car and say something, but then we just realized with everything that had just took place and it being so late, our curiosity turned into fear, rightfully so, and we fled back to my house as quickly as possible. Now, the investigator says upon further discussions with the witness, these details were gathered. The animal was actively crossing the road in a quadrupedal manner when the witness came upon it. The animal stopped briefly, looking directly at the approaching vehicle, and this is when the red eye shine was witnessed. The animal then proceeded across the road on its original path, and once to the other side, it stood upright and just watched them as the car came to a stop. The witness described the hair as very shaggy, grayish-brown in color. Unfortunately, in the 20 or so years since this encounter, neither brother has had contact with the other guys they were hanging out with that night. And this also contributes to the discrepancy in the time of occurrence. Now, the area is surrounded by many permanent freshwater sources as well as plenty of cover, including forest as well as marsh. There's abundant game in the surrounding wooded areas as well as in or near the water sources. The area has been developed some since the sighting, but this area currently retains many larger tracts of forest. Yeah, I know exactly where this they're talking about this took place. That is so interesting. I want it to be true, but wow, it's Delaware. It would have to be a very small group of Bigfoot that came down into the peninsula from Pennsylvania. I can't think of any other way. But they are showing up everywhere. Oh man, if you or anybody you know has had an encounter or a sighting, shoot me an email at skookumreport@gmail.com. That's skookumreport@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to get it up on the channel for you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and leave a comment just to say hi or give your thoughts on the encounter. Anything that I would like to know what y'all think about any type of small Bigfoot population being on like a peninsula like the Delmarva Peninsula. Just put that in the comments if you could. I'd like to hear y'all's thoughts on that. I guess that's it for tonight, and I'll see you all again very soon on the Skookum Report. Y'all take care, and that's about it. Bye-bye now.